What's up guys, welcome to today's video on free-to-play review on Banner 5.1. For your information, the first half features our disco girl Xilonen with Chiori, while the second half reruns Nahida and Hutao. So in this video, I'm gonna tell you my opinions on them based on completely free-to-play setup, so no signature weapon and constellation whatsoever. Well then, without further ado, let's begin! If you have been saving for a meta character, this is it! This lady actually has the potential to beat everyone else to become the only strongest support in the game. Seriously! But before jumping into the conclusion, let's talk about her kid first. To put it simply, Xilonen is basically the daughter between two of our strongest support in the game, Kazuha and Chiori. She completely inherits Kazuha's damage buff, while also providing strong survivability like Chiori with her continuous healing. That's basically how ridiculous she is on paper, but trust me, it only gets better in real situation. For one, unlike Kazuha who needs shielding on particular element, all she needs to do is to do normal attack twice during her elemental skill, and she'll be shredding resistance for the whole team regardless their element. Except for Animal, Dendro and Triple Zero team, of course. That's not even mentioning all her buffs last much longer than Kazuha, so another huge win for her once again. Honestly, with all this combined together, it already makes her way beyond overpower, but apparently Death says it's not enough. Unlike Kazuha who needs 1000 elemental mastery for damage buff, Xilonen doesn't need any artifact stats for it. Put on scores on hero with level 10 talent, she'll be working just as strong as 1000 EM Kazuha. So thanks to that, the only stats she needs are energy recharge and defense for better healing, which gives her plenty of rooms to build out crit rate for Favonia's sword, basically turning her into a strong battery for the whole team. Just like I mentioned earlier, she'll be doing at least 3 hits to activate the buffs, meaning that 30% crit rate is already more than enough to guarantee it for every rotation. Honestly, this amount of crit rate is easy to get even with healing circlet. So there you have it, this is our free-to-play disco Leopard girl in a nutshell. She's very close to being a perfect support, with the only downside that she can't break Zero shields effectively like Chiori. Honestly, even myself find this really hard to believe, but that's what she is, which really makes me wonder why Sichuan is in such a pathetic state if they are going to release this monstrosity anyway just a few months after. I don't understand what they are thinking, but needless to say, Xilonen is gonna be the best healer support, right on par with our 6-star Benny God. So please pull her at all costs, else you'll definitely regret it, meta-wise of course. Now let's talk about the other rerunning characters. As we know, Chiori isn't really the best 5-star in the game, being deemed as one of the worst characters to pull on her first release. That's why this review might sound a little bit biased, because I myself actually enjoy playing her in both Overworld and the Abyss, provided you have Chiori to pair her with. In Overworld, she is providing 10% movement speed without any requirement at all time, which is always useful in the exploration. Besides, when it comes to combat, Geo-immune enemies are extremely rare in this game, making her always useful in almost any encounter regardless who you bring. As for the Spiral Abyss, my go-to team is always Arlecchino with double jaw ever since version 4.6, which I haven't really met a match at all during all this time. It's just incredibly comfortable to play while being strong at the same time. But of course, I won't deny part of the reason is because Arlecchino is a strong DPS, but it doesn't change the fact Chiori is a very good star DPS with Chiori that's suitable with many DPS in the game. So feel free to pair this combo with other characters, especially those who benefit greatly from Chiori's shield. Now as for whether you should pull her, my recommendation is, she's good for those who are looking for comfortability over meta. Her entire design revolves around being comfortable to play, so don't expect her to have great improvements over your damage ceiling. That's why it's truly unfortunate Xilonen doesn't create Geo construct. As such, you can't really pair them together unless you pull her C1, otherwise this could be a pretty broken combo. Now for the Dendro Archon Nahida. After all this time, she still remains the core of basically all Dendro relations, so it's never a bad idea to pull her if you're looking for more playstyles to have fun. However, if you consider her meta in the future, honestly things are not exactly bright for her. For one, the last two countries are Pyro and Cryo, both island elements Nahida really fond of. Another thing is, it seems like devs are intentionally avoiding her, with the prime example of Emily and Kinish who specialize in burning. But most importantly, I'm concerned about the future of Dendro relations, mostly because of Xilonen. While everyone else is improving with her help, Dendro relation damage still remains exactly the same as day 1, without any meaningful buff ever since Baiju. Combined with the first 2 points I mentioned, this might continue for basically eternity. So that's why if you prioritize meta above everything else, you can skip her if you really want. But personally, I'll still go for her if I have spare Primogems. After all, she's still the best Dendro support available. At last, it's our beloved funeral girl Hutao. It's almost been 4 years since her release, so I bet you already knows her ins and outs. So let's talk about her improvements over the past rerun instead. In this year, she has received a significant improvement with Xilonen and Felina, completely solving her stamina problem at C0 while also improving her AoE against Clouds at the same time. That's how she's still able to keep up with the current meta. Besides, there's a chance Xilonen might buff her once again, but personally I don't think she can beat Xilonen and Felina combo. At least that's the case for C0 Hutao, but either way, her team is not cheap at all, so unless you already have these teammates, it's best for you to skip her for other Pyro characters, namely Marika and Alekino. That's about everything I have to say for Hutao, meta-wise. So now here comes the conclusion. There's no debate that Xilonen is 100% must pull at all costs. She's just gonna be the most perfect universal healer support where no one else can even compare to her. At this point, we can basically guarantee that she'll be extremely crucial for every single meta team in the future. So definitely don't miss her this time, because who knows when she'll be renowned in the future. As for the rest, Nahida is still the best Dendro support you can get, so it's never a bad idea to pull her if you want to have fun with all the Dendro playstyles. You should only consider Chiori if you have Zhongli, but remember that she's a character specialized in comfortability, which is far from meta at all. The last one is Hutao, which is just a fact all DPS share in this game. Although she still stands strong with a complete team, there's just better and cheaper option than choosing her, especially when Pyro Archons is coming out soon, so only pull her if you truly love her. Alright, so that's basically everything about this video. So what do you think about this review? Let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching and I'll be seeing you in the next one.